Get ready because the news cycle is moving at lightning speed, and we've got the updates you absolutely cannot miss. From groundbreaking tech to critical industry shifts, we're diving deep into what's happening right now. Don't blink, you might miss it. We're kicking things off with a look at the device that's been dominating tech talk, the Apple Watch Ultra 3. Is it the game changer everyone's been waiting for? We've got the inside scoop on its highly anticipated September 9th debut, pre-order dates, and that crucial $799 price tag. Will it live up to the hype with upgrades in battery, connectivity, and health monitoring? We'll break down the potential new S11 chip, LTPO display tech, and those game-changing 5G and satellite SOS features. Plus, we're talking about whether it can finally challenge the dominance of brands like Garmin, with insights into battery life, weight, and those essential GPX map features that serious athletes demand. This isn't just an update, it's a revolution on your wrist. Then, we're switching gears to explore a controversial claim surrounding carbon neutrality and what it means for one of the world's biggest tech giants. Plus, we're tracking a significant legal battle that could impact the future of a beloved wearable device. Stay tuned because this is WatchWire News and you're getting the story first. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. The ultimate upgrade arrives. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is slated for a grand reveal at Apple's September 9th event, with pre-orders opening on September 12th and the device hitting the market on September 19th. Positioned at a premium $799 price point, this next-generation wearable is anticipated to bring forth a series of refined enhancements focused on key areas: battery life, connectivity, and health monitoring capabilities. As Apple's premier smartwatch offering, it continues to target a discerning audience of tech enthusiasts who demand cutting-edge features and superior performance from their devices. Apple's September events have become a cornerstone for technology launches, and the Apple Watch Ultra 3 is poised to uphold this tradition. Following a predictable release cadence, pre-orders will commence mere days after the official announcement, ensuring a swift transition from reveal to consumer availability. The smartwatch's official market entry on September 19th will allow eager customers to experience the latest advancements without significant delay, reflecting Apple's operational efficiency and commitment to timely product delivery. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is rumored to incorporate optimizations for extended battery life, attributed to advancements in hardware efficiency and power management. A pivotal component in these expected improvements is the integration of the new S11 chip, engineered to boost performance while simultaneously reducing power consumption. Furthermore, the potential inclusion of a C1 communication chip could offer additional energy savings during network-intensive tasks. The display is also anticipated to leverage LTPO, low-temperature polycrystalline oxide, technology, renowned for its power-conserving attributes during active use. However, a slightly larger display size might temper some of these battery gains, suggesting incremental rather than dramatic improvements in overall endurance. Significant upgrades are also anticipated in connectivity, with 5G capabilities reportedly on the horizon. This enhancement could dramatically alter user interaction, offering faster data speeds and more reliable performance, particularly in 5G-enabled areas. The integration of satellite SOS calling is another highly anticipated feature, providing a crucial safety net for users in remote locations or emergency situations. On the health front, while a blood pressure monitoring sensor has been a subject of speculation, its inclusion remains unconfirmed. Such a feature would align with Apple's broader health-focused initiatives, empowering users with more proactive health insights. However, the much-discussed glucose monitoring capability is not expected in this iteration. Subtle design refinements are also on the table, with the Ultra 3 possibly featuring a slightly larger display encased by thinner bezels, aiming for a more immersive visual experience. These updates, while not revolutionary, underscore Apple's dedication to continuous product improvement, balancing innovation with user familiarity. The $799 price tag solidifies its position in the premium smartwatch market, targeting consumers who prioritize advanced technology and robust features. This device aims to push boundaries, but can it truly compete with the best? Next, we explore how it stacks up against the formidable challenge posed by its closest rivals in the fitness tracking arena. Carbon-neutral claims under scrutiny. Apple's commitment to environmental responsibility, particularly its goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2030, has come under intense scrutiny following a lawsuit filed by the German environmental organization, Deutsche Umwelthilfe. The core of the dispute centers on Apple's use of carbon credits to offset emissions associated with its carbon-neutral Apple Watches, launched in September 2023. Questioned the validity of these credits, which were sourced from reforestation projects in Paraguay and Brazil, leading to legal proceedings that have now resulted in a ruling against Apple in a Frankfurt court. The legal challenge highlighted critical issues with the carbon offset projects Apple utilized. Lawsuit revealed that a significant portion, approximately 75%, of these projects were based on short-term leases, with some expiring as early as 2029. The court found these lease durations insufficient to support a carbon-neutral claim, especially considering the long-term impact of carbon emissions on the climate, which can extend for centuries. The court ruled that customers likely expected compensation for emissions to align with longer-term climate goals, such as those outlined in the Paris Agreement, which often considers benchmarks up to 2050 or beyond. The ruling stated that the leases were too short for Apple to legitimately advertise its watches as carbon neutral. Has voiced broader concerns about the unregulated nature of the voluntary carbon market, characterizing it as susceptible to fraud. The organization pointed to various studies and investigations that have cast doubt on the integrity of carbon offsets. For instance, a 2023 investigation by The Guardian, Die Zeit, and Source Material suggested that 90% of rainforest carbon offsets certified by Verra, a major certifier, were deemed worthless. A 2024 study published in Nature Communications indicated that about 87% of carbon offsets used by 20 major companies posed a high risk of not providing real and additional emissions reductions. Furthermore, an analysis by Reuters earlier this year found that a substantial number of conservation projects in the Brazilian Amazon offering carbon offsets were linked to illegal deforestation. Elaborated to Watchwire News that a common issue involves falsified information regarding additionality, the principle that a protected forest would have been deforested if not for the offset project. In many cases, forests claimed to be protected were never under threat in the first place. This practice undermines the credibility of carbon offsetting as a mechanism for genuine emissions reduction. Apple is also facing a separate class action lawsuit in California on similar grounds, alleging that its carbon-neutral claims were based on offsets from projects that either involved already forested land or protected areas that were already designated for conservation. Following the Frankfurt court's decision, Apple has been given 1 month to appeal the ruling or remove the carbon-neutral claim from its advertising in Germany. Indicated that the ruling could have a ripple effect across the European Union, as the MCO directive harmonizes greenwashing regulations across member states, potentially enabling similar warnings against such advertising in other EU countries. When contacted by Watchwire News, Apple declined to comment on the specifics of the lease durations or its plans for appeal. However, the company stated that the court had broadly upheld our rigorous approach to carbon neutrality. Confirmed that it is actively monitoring other corporations for similarly questionable carbon offsetting practices, having previously issued warnings to energy giants like Shell, BP, and Total Energies. These legal challenges raise critical questions about corporate environmental claims. But can Apple's flagship wearable truly stand up to the competition when it comes to raw performance and features? Challenging the reigning king, Apple Watch Ultra 3 versus Garmin. While the Apple Watch Ultra 2 has cemented its status as a top-tier smartwatch, boasting a potent blend of high-end fitness tracking and a sophisticated design, it faces a formidable challenge in dethroning Garmin, the long-standing leader in the performance sports watch market. As the Apple Watch Ultra 3's debut looms, a critical examination of its predecessor's capabilities and limitations reveals crucial areas where the new model must excel to compete effectively. The Apple Watch Ultra 2, despite its strengths, including an extended battery life of up to 36 hours and robust features like the action button, still falls short compared to its primary competitors in specific, vital aspects. For serious athletes and adventurers, battery longevity is paramount, especially during multi-day events or extended GPS-tracked activities where consistent charging is impractical. While Apple's watches offer fast charging, achieving 80% in under an hour, this doesn't solve the fundamental issue of needing a power source. In contrast, many Garmin, Coros, Polar, and Suunto watches offer battery lives measured in weeks, and even the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra can provide up to 100 hours. To truly contend in the training watch arena, the Apple Watch Ultra 3 needs a significant battery boost, aiming for at least a 50-hour lifespan to comfortably support weekend adventures without the anxiety of a depleted battery. Weight and bulk are another significant consideration. The Apple Watch Ultra 2, weighing 62 g, is noticeable on the wrist, particularly during prolonged physical activity. While its titanium casing provides a premium feel, its closest competitor, the Garmin Venue X1, weighs roughly half as much at 32 g, utilizing polymer bezels to achieve this reduction. For activities like running or swimming, where every ounce counts, a lighter, more streamlined design could offer a tangible performance advantage. While Apple's aesthetic is appealing, a reduction in weight and size would enhance its competitiveness in the demanding world of athletic wearables. Perhaps the most significant gap lies in native fitness features, specifically route navigation. Leading running watches, predominantly from Garmin, offer the ability to follow GPX maps directly on the device. This allows users to create or download specific routes, receive turn-by-turn directions during workouts, and ensure they stay on track for training sessions or races. Apple currently relies on third-party apps to replicate this functionality, as its native workout app does not support GPX file imports or course following. This reliance on external solutions is a considerable drawback for athletes who expect seamless, integrated navigation tools. For the Ultra 3 to truly challenge Garmin, the integration of robust, native GPX mapping and turn-by-turn navigation is essential. These three areas, extended battery life, reduced weight and bulk, and integrated GPX route navigation, represent critical battlegrounds where the Apple Watch Ultra 3 must demonstrate significant improvement. Without addressing these core needs, the Ultra 3 risks remaining a highly capable smartwatch, but falling short of its potential as a true competitor to the specialized, high-performance offerings from brands like Garmin, which continue to dominate the serious athlete market. These are significant demands for Apple's next-gen wearable. But what happens when the very devices we rely on face legal challenges that could halt their production? Import ban looms as Judge Wei's ITC review. A federal judge has put a temporary hold on a request to block the import of redesigned Apple Watches, signaling a critical juncture in the ongoing patent dispute between Apple Inc. and medical technology company Masimo Corp. Judge Anna C. Reyes, presiding over the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, deferred a ruling on Masimo's bid for a temporary restraining order or preliminary injunction, expressing skepticism about Masimo's entitlement to such relief. During a hearing, Judge Reyes indicated that monetary damages might adequately compensate Masimo for any harm incurred due to the alleged patent infringement. This stance suggests that an outright import ban, as sought by Masimo, might be an excessive remedy at this stage. The International Trade Commission, ITC, had previously imposed a ban on the import of certain Apple Watch models due to patent violations related to blood oxygen monitoring technology. Masimo is seeking to enforce this ban, particularly against redesigned versions of the Apple Watch, arguing that Apple's new models continue to infringe on its patents. However, Judge Reyes urged both Masimo and Apple to seek updated guidance from the ITC itself. This directive suggests that the trade agency, which has the primary authority over import-related investigations and remedies, should be the forum to clarify the scope and applicability of its existing ban, especially concerning newly redesigned products. The judge's decision to wait for further input from the ITC underscores the complexity of patent enforcement in the tech industry and the intricate legal processes involved in international trade disputes. The case stems from allegations that Apple's patented blood oxygen sensing technology infringes on patents held by Masimo. Following an ITC investigation, the agency found that Apple Series 7 and later models, including the Series 8, Series 9, and the Apple Watch Ultra, indeed violated Masimo's patents. This led to an import ban, though its enforcement has faced several hurdles and temporary stays. Apple has been actively working to redesign its watches to circumvent the patent issues, leading to the current legal battle over whether these redesigned models are still subject to the import restriction. Masimo argues that Apple's continued alleged infringement, even in redesigned models, warrants strict enforcement of the ITC's ruling. They contend that Apple has not adequately removed the infringing technology and that the redesigned watches still incorporate elements that violate their intellectual property rights. The outcome of this legal battle could have significant implications for Apple's highly lucrative smartwatch business, potentially impacting sales and product availability in the crucial US market. Apple, on the other hand, maintains that its redesigned watches do not infringe on Masimo's patents and is seeking to overturn or modify the ITC's decision. The company's ability to continue importing and selling its popular devices hinges on the court's final decision and the ongoing legal maneuvering in this complex patent infringement case. The judge's call for further ITC guidance highlights the ongoing nature of this dispute and the potential for further legal developments. This legal back and forth could reshape the wearable tech landscape. Now, let's quickly recap the biggest stories of the day and what's coming up next on WatchWire News. That's all the buzz for today. We saw the highly anticipated Apple Watch Ultra 3 details emerge, sparking debate about battery life and competition. We also dug into serious questions about Apple's carbon-neutral claims facing legal challenges and the ongoing import ban drama impacting Apple Watch sales. Don't miss out on any of these crucial updates. Hit that like button, subscribe to WatchWire News, ring the notification bell, drop a comment below, and follow us on all social platforms for even more.